Greetings and welcome to the 2021 DCS Annual Award Ceremony. I am Brian Tukes, your Director of External Affairs, and because I'm perhaps better lucky than actually any good at this, I have the pleasure of serving as your MC for today's ceremony. We appreciate you joining us virtually to share in this special day in the life of the department. And because this is a virtual event, we do beg your patience in the event that we experience any technical issues, and we will do our best to be respectful of your time as possible. This ceremony shines a light on the talented and brave and devoted men and women who comprise Team DCS and the amazing contributions they have made in communities across Georgia. Our mission here at DCS is clear. We provide effective and efficient supervision of individuals while also providing opportunities for successful outcomes. Our work changes lives for the better, restores families, and positively impacts and uplifts communities. This year, it's important to note that we received a record number of nominations, even in the midst of a pandemic. This speaks to the strength of our team and the commitment each person has to make a difference in the communities they serve and communities across Georgia. We have a great program for you, so we will proceed with our agenda and begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you again for joining us. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce the commissioner of our department, Mr. Michael Nail, who will introduce our keynote speaker as well as our first special recognition presentation. Thank you all again for joining us, and over to you, Commissioner Nail.
Thank you, Brian, and good morning to everyone, and welcome to the 2021 DCS Awards ceremony. Today's a great day. As Brian alluded to, the past 2 years have been tough. I wish more than anyone that we could all be together in person, but as typical fashion with DCS, we rise above, and despite the challenges, we make it happen. And the men and women of DCS do just that each and every day. And I want to tell you how proud I am. Today's a great day because we get to recognize some of those individuals and groups that have gone above and beyond. As we talk about one officer, one family, one community, we also recognize those that help us get our job done. We can't do it by ourselves, and it takes us working as a team. And I want you to know how proud I am. The best part of my job is when I can brag on the work that you are doing each and every day, regardless of your job description. You perform very well, and you get the job done. Most importantly, you're making a difference in the lives of others. So I want you to know how proud I am, how much I care for you, how just excited I am about even greater things to come. So without further ado, I wanted to introduce to you our keynote speaker. Governor Brian Kemp is the 83rd governor of Georgia. I will tell you this, I was in a meeting just yesterday with the governor. He never misses an opportunity to have me be sure and pass along his appreciation. Many of you have been around him in special events and special assignments, and he will never miss an opportunity to let you know he appreciates you. More importantly, he appreciates what you're doing for the state of Georgia. So please join me in listening to the keynote address from Governor Brian Kemp.
Hello, this is Governor Brian Kemp. I'm sorry I couldn't join you in person today, but I want to take this time to recognize the remarkable service of the men and women working in community supervision across our great state. Your careers are critically important to our criminal justice system. Every day, you are uniquely positioned to positively change someone's life. At the heart of this mission is the desire to enhance the quality of life in our communities. Your job is physically challenging and emotionally draining, and it's absolutely necessary to our public safety. So on the tough days, I want you to always remember how grateful we are for all that you do. We've seen the impact of our DCS officers throughout the past year, from providing security at testing stations to working with partners in law enforcement to ensure dangerous criminals have no place in our communities. You have answered the call to serve and helped ensure Georgia remains the best state in the country to live, work, and raise a family. Additionally, please allow me to express my appreciation to all the families represented today, especially those families who are grieving and have suffered loss. Families of law enforcement officers share in the sacrifices their loved ones have made, and DCS has done a great job making sure that family remains a priority. To those who have been nominated and to those who will win the awards today, I thank you for going above and beyond the call of duty to make a difference. On behalf of the state of Georgia and the Kemp family, I send my best wishes for a successful ceremony and my heartfelt appreciation to all the great folks who make up the team at DCS.
We certainly appreciate Governor Kemp and his continued support of our agency, and in welcoming those from DCS tuned in to today's award. Let me also welcome the friends and family members. Also, Want to extend my appreciation to all those who have worked to make today happen, to make today a special day. There are so many to recognize and name. One key person I do want to recognize is Sherry Chambers. She does a tremendous job. I doubt she had any sleep last night worried about this, so I hope we don't let her down. But everybody behind the scenes is pulled together, and I'm truly, truly appreciative of their work and their dedication. I want to give special recognition to our training division. Training is near and dear to my heart, and I can remember back starting with the agency over 30 years ago, there were three things that training did. They provided basic training, they provided in-service training, and then they focused on firearms training. Outside of those three things, there was very little offered. Compare that to our training division today. They offer training that is specialized. They offer training that meets your needs. And how do they do that? By listening to you. I have never seen an agency where the training division is so in tune with those doing the job and carrying out the mission day in and day out. They go above and beyond to make us better. They truly embrace the idea of continued learning. I want to let them know how much I appreciate them and how much they are making a difference. When I talk to my counterparts throughout the nation, many times one of their biggest frustrations is their training division and what they offer. And I just have to sit back and I smile, and I think I make them feel a little bad when I start talking about the great work our training division is doing. I mean, at any time you can go online, click a topic or a course that helps you become better at your job or to expand your horizons, and you receive top quality training from the best training unit in the nation. So I want to tell them thank you. I want to thank Shantae for her superb leadership and everyone involved in our training division. Keep up the great work and know that what you're doing is recognized and appreciated. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much to our hardworking training division. Your incredible efforts and innovative solutions have helped us make great progress during these unprecedented times. Each of you continually go above and beyond to train us and keep us safe all at the same time. One thing I know for sure is that this agency, our employees, could not do this without your support and your encouragement. So I would like to take this time to recognize you for not only just doing a phenomenal job, but also caring about the people that you deal with. That means so much. It matters. I know things can get difficult at times, but you do such a great job that the agency is not even aware of those times. So I want to take this time again to say thank you for a job well done. You are absolutely the very best.
Thank you to Commissioner Nail for those just wonderful welcome remarks. And again, I echo those sentiments. I think you captured it perfectly about our outstanding training division. They are so well deserved for all the recognition that they receive. At this time, I have the pleasure of introducing our Assistant Commissioner, Scott Maurer, who will introduce our second special recognition video. Over to you, Assistant Commissioner Maurer.
Thanks, Brian, and good morning to everybody joining us today. Thank you for joining us. It is certainly my honor to be able to recognize one of those divisions within our agency that a lot of times kind of goes behind the scenes and unrecognized. I can tell you, because I work directly with the finance division and Olivia on almost a daily basis, that this past year has been extremely difficult for the finance division. Not only have we had to face a number of, budget restrictions and things like that, but there's also been a significant amount of turnover in the budget division. And the team has performed exceptionally through all of those different difficulties and challenges throughout the past year. And I think you guys all know that finance is an extremely important part of our division, but honestly, it's one of those divisions that kind of works in the background. And you don't really know that they're doing a good job until something goes wrong. And when somebody doesn't receive a paycheck or something along those lines, then all of a sudden people realize and recognize the importance of the finance division. I've been working in state government for over 20 years. And a number of those years I've had roles where I've worked closely with our budget and finance offices. And I can tell you that this past year is the first time that I have ever in my entire career seen a division get as close as they have to spending and allocating all the allocations we have in every one of our finance and budget programs. That, I can't tell you how incredible that is. That just shows the amount of dedication and service that the teammates that we have in our finance division have. Every day, I know there are people in this agency that interact with somebody from finance for some particular reason. And I have, in the past year, the only feedback that I get from anybody about the interactions they've had with people in our finance division has been extremely positive. The team is extremely strong right now. They're doing a phenomenal work, and they keep us in line. We've not had any major budget findings through the various audits that we go through, and that's just because of the extreme dedication that the people in the finance division have. And I know that they're one of those divisions that don't always get recognized and recognition because they're kind of work in the background. But I wanted to take the opportunity to share with this agency, as well as everybody in the finance division, how much we appreciate the hard work that you do and the dedication that you have to this agency and helping us continue to be a great agency. So congratulations to the finance division for this special recognition. I wish we could do more for you, but it is certainly my honor to recognize the work that you do for us. Thank you.
Thanks so much to the devoted finance division.
Thank you so much to the devoted finance division.
Thank you so much to the devoted finance division.
Your behind-the-scenes support and consistent teamwork
Have made DCS a leader.
Each of you work with pride to ensure the department has what it needs to make a difference.
Thanks so much for all the help with the many complex procurement issues that we bring to you.
Olivia, you and your team have never hesitated to support special operations whenever needed. Many times our requests are spur of the moment and outside of normal office hours due to emergency situations, and yet your team always comes through for us. And when we do have more time, you're willing to help us build solid proposals.
The finance team has continually aligned with our mission in order to make us successful.
For supporting our efforts to bring the best technology possible to the agency.
Vince Lombardi once said that an individual commitment to a group effort is what makes a team work, a company work, and a society work.
I truly appreciate all that you and your department do to make a positive difference for DCS.
Thank you so much, finance team, for all you do.
You guys are much appreciated. Thanks again.
Congratulations again to our finance division and our training division. And thank you again to Commissioner Neal and to Assistant Commissioner Meyer for your heartfelt and sincere remarks. Both of those divisions definitely are drivers for our department. At this time, it is probably the part of the ceremony we have perhaps been wanting to get to, so to speak. And I have the pleasure now of introducing our next presenter, Ms. Sandra Thomas. Before we move into the actual presentation of award, just a few housekeeping notes. All award nominees are viewing this ceremony from a live stream link, and we will recognize all nominees for each award, announce the award winner, and then read the winning nomination for each award winner. For brevity, the winning nomination has been reduced. All award certificates and faithful service award certificates will be mailed to your DCS district or division office for local presentation. With that, again, I have now the pleasure of introducing our Director of External Affairs for the Georgia Department of Community Supervision, Ms. Sandra Thomas.
Thank you, Brian, and good morning, DCS, family and friends. I have the honor to announce our Command College Scholarship recipient. The Command College Scholarship recipient is awarded to DCS employees who are actively pursuing advanced education at the Command College in association with Columbus State University. This program of study provides a curriculum that goes beyond what is currently available in public safety, executive, and management development courses, serving as a graduate level education for public safety executives. The recipient for the 2021 Command College Scholarship is Mary Elliott from our Reentry Services Division. Congratulations, Mary. I also have the privilege to present our Faithful Service Awards. Faithful Service Awards are presented to employees of the state of Georgia to provide recognition for their years of faithful service and to show our appreciation for their dedication and commitment to public service for all Georgians. And I'll start with our 25 years. Clara Brown, Mark Bringelson, Russell Chapman, Alice Christian, Marianne Dillard, Robert Gross, Deborah Harris, Stephen Harris, Christine Hill, Danielle James, Sean Carmen, Ricardo Antonio Lance, Constance McCrary, Margot Nays, Robert Odom, Carlia Maria Ray, Michelle Smith, Gregory Taylor, Alicia Walker, Daphne Deidre Walker, and Jason Welburn. Congratulations on 25 years of faithful service. And now we'll move on to our 30-year Faithful Service Awards. George Boyer, Joseph Chapman, Harry Michael Gilmer, Karen Livington, Mark Anthony Morris, Laura Stanford, Valerie Woody. Congratulations to all of our 30 years of faithful service. And now our 35 years of faithful service. Christopher Lynn Burke, Patricia Cato, Sharita Gordon, and Virginia Lucas. Congratulations to all of our 35 years of faithful service, and congratulations to all of our faithful service award winners. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandra, and congratulations again to all of our Faithful Service Award winners, as well as Ms. Mary Elliott, our Command College Scholarship recipient. Those are indeed no small feats, and we appreciate their commitment and years that they have committed to public service and enhancing the experience for the citizens of this great state. Congratulations to them again. Moving along in the presentation of our awards, I am now privileged to introduce our Chief Operating Officer, Mr. Bert Fluellen, who will present our Customer Service Award and our Leadership Award.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for that introduction, Brian. I'm honored to be here today to present two awards, the first of which is our Customer Service Award. And if you're not familiar with that award, it's given to individuals for performing in an exceptionally courteous and cooperative manner, or for providing exceptional support for coworkers, supervisees, or the general public that increases public safety and or the community good. And you can see our nominees there, and I see a lot of familiar names, and they're all very well deserving. There's no doubt, but there can be only one winner. And this year's winner of the Customer Service Award is the Centralized Reporting Unit within Special Operations. Congratulations. And if you're not familiar with them, that's made up of Pam Thrift, Donna Smith, Trudy Byers, Charlotte Harkins, Faye Glisson, April Carter, Ashley Haynes, Jennifer Spicer, Renika Bivens, Elaine Cranford, Lisa Lucky, Virginia Lucas, Virginia Felton, Angela Sneed, Candace Thorpe, Erica Ashley, Haley Phillips, Holly Vandevelder, Ann Amy Atkins, Lori Huddleston, Mary Gay Twiley, Amanda Harrison, Andrea Brockington, Tina Williams, Cindy Ruthven, Jamila Armstrong, Peggy Paramore, Sarah Dean, Sylvia Riddlemoser, Amanda Kissling, Kimberly Wyatt, Patricia James, Marla Thompson, Tammy Price, Mary Arthur, Tina Williamson, and Wendy Smith. Congratulations.
The Centralized Reporting Unit under Manager Pam Thrift exemplifies customer service like no other, day in and day out. Their customer service not only applies to external customers providing agency and supervisory information through the DCS Public Information Line and 24/7 law enforcement line, but even more so to our internal customers and employees. Since July 2020, the CRU expanded to 37 call agents, coordinated with IT to develop a contact supervisory notification process for missed reports, conducted a case review for every administrative case for all 50 circuits, and most recently took on the task of running all GCIC and NCIC inquiries for field staff. The changes in supervision philosophy that DCS has implemented in the CRU led to the CRU answering an additional 40,000 calls on the contact call center in FY21. Each of these tasks were vital in providing much needed additional time for DCS officers to spend in the community. Pam and the CRU consistently perform above and beyond expectations and have met every new challenge with enthusiasm, productivity, and determination. Congratulations again to our Centralized Reporting Unit on the receipt of the 2021 Customer Service Award.
And the next award that I have the pleasure of presenting today is our Leadership Award. And as you can see, here are the nominees for this year. And if you're not familiar with this award, it's given to individuals for outstanding performance in guiding attention to issues and concerns that impact the quality of the agency work and environment. And this year's award is going to go to James Bergman. Congratulations, James.
As the pandemic began, the decision was made to place James Bergman as the lead of the DCS pandemic response. James consistently monitored executive orders from the governor, judicial orders from the Chief Justice, and CDC guidelines to ensure DCS policies and procedures were congruent. DCS was later tasked to provide security for COVID testing sites and the overflow hospital at the World Congress Center. In the midst of providing security for the COVID sites, the state was also dealing with social protest in various locations. Through James's leadership and the tremendous job of all the DCS staff that participated in these operations, DCS received acclaim from the governor along with other agency heads for the stellar job they performed. If this was not enough, James helped bolster our new supervision initiatives. Again, James and his team took on the task with no questions asked and successfully established a reformed centralized reporting unit. He's a servant leader that treats his staff with dignity and respect. He is always willing to take on new challenges and give his best at each challenge he encounters. Congratulations again to James Bergman on the receipt of the 2021 DCS Leadership Award. Well deserved. At this time, I'll now turn it over to our Director of Reentry Services, Ms. Michelle Stanley, who will present our stakeholder awards for our private and public stakeholder award winners. Over to you, Michelle.
Thanks, Brian. Good morning, Team DCS, friends, and family. I have the pleasure of recognizing the private and public stakeholder nominees and award winners. Our stakeholders play a vital role in our success. These relationships build networks that develop credible, united voices about issues and services needed in our community that are important to the work that we do, as well as for those we serve and this agency. The Stakeholder Award is awarded to individuals or organizations outside of DCS for performing an act that furthers the DCS mission or makes a significant contribution to the supervisees or the general public, or that increases public safety in the community. The first award given will be for the Private Stakeholder Award. And I would like to congratulate all those nominees for this award. The Private Stakeholder Award recipient this year for 2021 is James Richardson with Four Horsemen Rehabilitation Services. Congratulations, Mr. Richardson.
Mr. Richardson is the Executive Director of Four Horsemen Rehabilitation Services. The Four Horsemen Rehabilitation Services helps returning citizens in the greater Atlanta area obtain success by developing leadership skills, providing mentorship, training, and other necessary services. Mr. Richardson has served 62 Clayton County individuals under supervision with direct employment. He has sponsored housing, provided transportation, and even purchased belts and steel-toe boots for individuals under supervision to be able to work and be successfully employed. Mr. Richardson has also provided a number of individuals under supervision with laptops to take home and be utilized for personal development and job searching. Since being provided these laptops, the participants have been able to attend virtual employment workshops, coaching sessions, and create and enhance their resumes and perform necessary and critical job searches. He has continued the Transition Accountability Program work and will expand into Henry County with his service work and hopes to continue to inspire individuals across the state of Georgia. Congratulations to Mr. James Richardson, and thank you so much for your partnership in our mission.
On to our Public Stakeholder Award nominees, and congratulations to all those that were nominated. I have the pleasure of recognizing the 2021 Public Stakeholder Award recipient goes to the Honorable Judge Catherine Ludeson, Superior Court, Houston County Accountability Court. Congratulations.
Judge Lumpson serves as the Houston Circuit and DCS Superior Court Judge over the Houston Day Reporting Center. In the fall of 2020, the DRC held a commencement ceremony for 13 deserving graduates that would not have happened without Judge Lumpson. She and her office made most of the arrangements with respect to logistics and equipment, and the ceremony went off without a hitch. But the most poignant moment of the evening was when it was over and everyone except for the staff and a few community service workers were cleaning up. Despite being dressed up and already serving as the keynote speaker, Judge Lumsden worked alongside the individuals under supervision to clean up, restore the venue, and spent quality moments engaging with them and their families. This one pro-social act, whether she knew it or not, had an impact on everyone around her, including those officers and the community service workers who were amazed that the judge would work so hard to clean up, restore the venue, and even spend time sharing with families. This simple, unintentional act not only inspired confidence in those who serve in her court, but it was a shining example of the servant leadership Judge Lumsden regularly displays. Congratulations again to Judge Lumsden, and thank you so much for your incredible partnership with our mission here at DCS. At this time, we'll now take a bit of a pause in our presentation of awards and be led in a moment of remembrance and reflection by Mr. James Bergman, who is our Director of Special Operations for the Georgia Department of Community Supervision. Over to you, Mr. Bergman, for this most reverent moment.
Good morning. This might seem to be an unusual verse for this situation, but I think it's appropriate. Each of these public servants gave from their heart with a cheerful attitude, and what they gave was their service to others because that's who they were. Mary Ann Large, Admin Support, Lookout Mountain Circuit. Mary Ann is remembered as active and outgoing. She loves spending time with family and friends, especially her grandchildren. In her 2.5 years with DCS, she became an integral part of her office team. Reverend Dr. Charlotte McKenzie, Clinical Supervisor, Recidivism Reduction Unit. Charlotte was only with the DCS family for a few short months, but she spent many years working for the state of Georgia, and she spent a lifetime in public service. She was a leader in every sense of the word. Zach Westbury, Assistant Chief, Brunswick Circuit. Zach was a rock and a steady hand in the Brunswick Circuit, an old soul who was a friend, mentor, and colleague to everyone he met. He had nearly 15 years of service with the state of Georgia. Addison Ford Sr., Community Supervision Officer 2, Houston Circuit. Addison gave over 17 years to the state, first with GDC and then DCS. Addison was always ready with a quick smile, a positive word, and a helping hand for anyone he encountered. Shanika Napier, Community Supervision Officer 2, Cobb Circuit. Shanika started as a community coordinator and was promoted to CSO. She was with DCS for nearly 4 years. Shanika constantly wanted to help people no matter her position and would not stop until she succeeded. At the same time, she was the life of the party and everybody wanted to be near her with her infectious smile. Scott Howard, Community Supervision Officer 3, Waycross Circuit. To know Scott was to know his love for God, family, and the great outdoors. He was a man of quiet strength who cared about everyone and treated his friends like family. Scott served the state of Georgia for 25 years. Please join me in a moment of silence. If you feel led to do so, I would ask that you use the time to say a quick prayer, asking for some measure of peace and comfort for the family, friends, and co-workers of those we remember today. Also, remember those in our agency who lost family members over the past year. This has been a rough year for a lot of reasons for a lot of us. As we finish this time of remembrance, I'd like to remind you that DCS has a peer support team that is available to all members of the DCS family. Peer support team members are trained and certified to provide group and one-on-one interventions for employees suffering from the after effects of a critical incident or any other stress-inducing event. It's not counseling or therapy. Excuse me, it's not counseling or therapy, but it is support. Sometimes it's as simple as providing an ear to listen or a shoulder to lean on. If you want to take advantage of it, all you have to do is contact me or any other member of the team. If you'd like for one of us to check on someone you are concerned about, you can tell us that as well. Remember, it's our responsibility to take care of each other. Check in on your coworkers and make sure they're okay. Thank you.
Thank you, James. And if we have any family members that are participating, just please allow me to tell you this, that we were grateful for you sharing your family members and loved ones with the DCS family. And we will absolutely do our best to honor the legacy that each one of our teammates has left behind. We are a family here at DCS, and we do our best to impact communities together. We'll now pick back up. And thank you, James, for leading us in that most reverent moment of reflection and remembrance. Thank you so much. We'll now pick back up our presentation of awards with our Director of Recidivism Reduction, Ms. Sherry Bloodworth, who will present the Day Reporting Center Awards. Thank you, Sherry.
Thank you, Brian, and good morning to everyone. I'm honored to be a part of recognizing excellence within our Day Reporting Center programs today. An honor to highlight the contributions that our Day Reporting Centers make towards advancing the mission of DCS, quarterly awards were implemented to be given throughout the year. Those sites with the most community service hours completed and the highest employment rates were recognized each quarter. This past year was a year of challenges, yet the DRCs found creative ways to ensure that we continue to deliver the programming and accountability necessary to provide opportunities for successful outcomes. Today, we will recognize 2 DRCs with the highest overall performance. These programs have demonstrated consistency both in maintaining high employment rates and high rates of community service hours completed while maintaining the highest census for fiscal year 21. The DRC finalists include Macon Day Reporting Center, Rouse Day Reporting Center, and Griffin Day Reporting Center. Congratulations to the finalists. I'm pleased to announce that the recipient of this year's highest overall performance is Macon Day Reporting Center. Congratulations. The grant-funded DRC finalists include Anota Dahlonega, Mountain Toccoa, and Houston Warner Robins. Congratulations to these finalists. And I'm pleased to announce that the recipient of this year's highest overall performance for the grant-funded DRC goes to Warner Robins Day Reporting Center. Congratulations to Warner Robins.
Thank you, Sherry, for the presentation of those awards, and congratulations to those award winners, Macon and Warner Robins. And just for those that are viewing, if you've never attended a DRC graduation, they are truly what our mission is all about. They reunite families, they serve well in our communities, and they're truly just always sincere and heartwarming ceremonies, and they do exceptional work. So congratulations to the nominees, the winners, and all the persons that staff our DRCs across the state. This time, I'm pleased to introduce our Director of Field Operations, Mr. Patrick Holsey, who will present our Tiffany Bishop Award, as well as our awards for heroism.
Thank you so much, Brian. Good morning to everyone today. I have the pleasure this morning to announce the winner of the Tiffany Bishop Award. This award is named in honor of probation officer Tiffany Bishop, an officer whose end of watch came way too early in her career. In honor of Tiffany, this award is given to an officer within their first year of service who has excelled by producing consistently high quality work and has fostered unity with coworkers and the community beyond expected standards. Tiffany Bishop Award nominees are, and congratulations to all of our nominees, And this year, the winner of the Tiffany Bishop Award is CSO Amber Torres, District 7, Lookout Mountain Circuit. Congratulations, Officer Torres.
Officer Torres started with DCS in October 2020 after having completed an internship in the Lookout Mountain Judicial Circuit. She started off as a newly sworn officer by proving her commitment to being a team player, as she voluntarily reported for duty the following day to assist another officer with an out-of-state transport of a female. When staffing needs in the circuit were challenging, Officer Torres volunteered to jump into every court day to cover extra duties for officer days and to assist with contacts for multiple caseloads. A matter of some significance to public safety that she played a substantial part in was the monitoring of a notorious street gang leader. As a result of her sharp memory from her gang training, Officer Torres provided excellent monitoring of this individual, and her efforts would ultimately lead to this individual being removed from the community. Multiple agencies and partners in law enforcement were impressed with Officer Torres' efforts. These are but a few examples of how Officer Torres exhibits excellence as a DCS officer, a public safety professional, and has such an amazing, bright future ahead of her. Congratulations to Officer Amber Torres on the receipt of the 2021 DCS Tiffany Bishop Award.
Next, I have the pleasure also of announcing the winner of our Heroism Award. This award is presented to an individual or individuals for acts of heroism outside outstanding deeds, which resulted in the protection of life and or property. Our nominees for the Heroism Award are, and congratulations to all of our nominees. Before I announce the winner of the Heroism Award, I would like to let you know that there are more than one winner for this award, so be patient with me. Our first winner of the Heroism Award is going to Eric Kenworthy, District 7, Tallapoosa Judicial Circuit.
On February 18th, 2021, CSO Eric Kenworthy arrived at Supervisee Terry Jean Coshley's residence. After knocking on the door several times, no one answered the door. As Officer Kenworthy was planning to leave the residence, Kimberly Tullock came to the door and motioned for CSO Kenworthy to come in. Mr. Costley's name was called numerous times as CSO Kenworthy walked into the house. Mr. Costley was discovered and unresponsive and did not appear to be moving. Miss Tullock was acting hysterically and was at times inconsolable. CSO Kenworthy called 911, began CPR, and a slight pulse was detected while administering CPR. The fire department arrived at approximately and continued CPR and additional life-saving measures. Mr. Costley was transported by ambulance to an area hospital. Selfless acts such as this one performed by CSO Kenworthy are one of the things that make public safety a noble profession. Officer Kenworthy, with little regard for his own safety, performed heroic acts while also trying to console Mr. Costley's support system. Unfortunately, despite the life-saving measures administered by CSO Kenworthy and the EMTs, Mr. Costley passed away later at the hospital. Congratulations to CSO Eric Kenworthy, and we thank you for your heroism and bravery.
Also receiving the Heroism Award, Officer Amber Torres, District 7, Lookout Mountain Judicial Circuit.
In April, CSO Amber Torres came upon a terrible car wreck on her commute home. An 8-year-old girl and her mother were hit head on by an individual. Officer Torres pulled over in her personal vehicle to examine the crash and was first on scene. Within a few minutes, an off-duty EMT came to assist as well. Both Torres and the EMT were able to get the little girl out of the car and assess the situation. She and the off-duty EMT performed CPR until EMS arrived. Even though the child was very badly injured and the scene was gruesome, CSO Amber Torres went above and beyond the scale of her job duties to try and save this young girl and her mother. Even though the little girl ended up passing away due to her injuries, Torres showed a great deal of bravery and courage in this situation that began as a normal drive home after a long day. Torres had only been with the agency for a very short time before this incident occurred and acted as a true professional that quickly realized what the agency means when they say that our jobs in community supervision are truly a special calling. Thank you and congratulations to Officer Amber Torres for your bravery and heroism.
Also receiving the Heroism Award this year, TFO Chip Ashley, Task Force Commander, Special Operations.
On June 15th, 2021, Task Force Commander Chip Ashley opened a fugitive investigation involving an individual wanted for new violent offenses, including aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. During the afternoon of June 22nd, Chip located a vehicle thought to be driven by the fugitive parked at a business in Kennesaw. After a few minutes of surveillance before backup arrived, the fugitive and female were observed leaving a store. After evaluating the risk, the decision was made to immediately arrest the fugitive. As Chip approached, he observed a firearm holstered on the fugitive's right hip. After several commands, the fugitive was not complying with the arrest. At about the same time, the fugitive began to resist away from Chip while making a move toward the handgun on his side. Chip was left with no choice but to effectively deploy a taser. Chip then holstered his weapons and was able to handcuff the fugitive without incident. After getting the fugitive to his feet and talking to him for a few minutes, the fugitive collapsed and fell to the ground. Chip quickly requested EMS and administered first aid to the fugitive. He then rode with the fugitive to the ER and sat at the hospital with him for several hours until he was cleared for transport to the jail. There is no doubt that the actions taken by Field Officer Chip Ashley that day saved the life of the fugitive. Even in dangerous situations, Chip handles incidents in a professional manner and treats everyone, including those he arrests, with dignity and respect. Thank you for your professionalism, and congratulations to Task Force Commander Chip Ashley for your receipt of the 2021 Heroism Award.
Our fourth recipient of the Heroism Award for 2021 is Officer Lisa Garcia, District 10, Toombs Judicial Circuit.
On May 20th, 2021, Officer Garcia came upon a motorcycle accident while out conducting field interactions. Upon observation, she could see that this incident was a fatality. Officer Garcia immediately called 911. While observing the scene, Officer Garcia noticed a vehicle traveling towards the accident at a very high rate of speed. Without concern for herself, she put herself at risk by stepping into the highway in order to get the driver's attention to stop and prevent the incident from greater tragedy. Officer Garcia remained on the highway and directed traffic around the accident until help arrived. Even after the deputies arrived on the scene, Officer Garcia assisted in directing traffic for the next 3 hours as the scene was being investigated. While on the scene, one of the deputies became ill and faint. Officer Garcia went to her state vehicle and provided the deputy with snacks from her lunch to revive the deputy. Officer Garcia's selfless service and heroism brings great credit to the Toombs Circuit and to the entire department. Thank you to Officer Garcia for your heroism and bravery, and congratulations on your receipt of the 2021 Heroism Award.
Also receiving the Heroism Award for 2021, Assistant Chief Amanda Green, Officer Bernardra Johnson Cogway, and Assistant Chief Shanika Randolph, all of District 4 Home Mountain Judicial Circuit.
On August 18th, 2020, CSO Bernardra Johnson Cogway received a frantic call from Supervisee Jermaine Batty. Mr. Batty had a history of mental health issues and started speaking of committing suicide. He expressed that he was not going anywhere, and if police showed up, he was going to shoot the officers in an attempt to die by way of suicide by law enforcement. GCAL was notified, and CSO Johnson Cogway immediately made contact with Assistant Chief Amanda Green, and in turn, Assistant Chief Green made contact with then CSO Shanika Randolph to request aid. Assistant Chief Green, CSO Cogway, and CSO Randolph then agreed to meet up to assist local law enforcement and GCAL with Mr. Batty in order to speak with him and talk to him about getting help. When DCS staff arrived at his residence, they were informed by GCAL staff that he had left the residence. Mr. Batty called CSO Johnson Cogway and told her that he felt comfortable meeting her at the local convenience store instead of his residence. All officers and GCAL then agreed and met Mr. Batty at the local convenience store, where he agreed to go to the hospital to be admitted. Had it not been for the compassion and prompt response of AC Green, as well as now Assistant Chief Randolph and CSO Cogway, the situation may have had a tragic ending. Thank you so much to these three brave individuals for your heroism and quick intervention. Congratulations.
This year, we have one more recipient of the Heroism Award, and that's Officer Wayne Bryant, District 2, South Georgia Judicial Circuit.
On May 13th, 2021, CSO Wayne Bryant conducted a field interaction at the residence of Supervisee Terry Graham. Graham was acting very sluggish and his speech was slurred. Bryant asked Graham to lean against the wall, and he would not, as he appeared to have difficulty comprehending what Bryant was telling him. Due to the behavior that Bryant observed and that Graham could possibly be in medical distress, Bryant called 911 for medical assistance. Graham did not want to go to the hospital and attempted to try and perk up to convince Officer Bryant that he was fine, but he was unsuccessful. EMS arrived on the scene and Bryant made them aware of everything he had observed. Graham was transported to the emergency room and treated. During an administrative hearing at a later date, Graham stated that Officer Bryant no doubt saved his life that day. Congratulations to Officer Wayne Bryant for your heroism and quick action. Congratulations on your receipt for the Heroism Award. Congratulations again to our recipients of the Heroism Award. All those acts of bravery are truly inspiring and show that our mission here at DCS is no doubt a calling. And it is truly just shows you what our officers and staff are truly up against when they are out in the field making these interactions. And congratulations again to them. At this time, I will now turn it back over to Assistant Commissioner Scott Maurer, who will present our Employee of the Year Award for both sworn and non-sworn.
Hello again, and it's certainly my honor to be able to present our last two awards for this ceremony, to include the Employee of the Year Award for both sworn and non-sworn positions. If you're not familiar with these awards, they are awarded to a DCS employee who's producing consistently high-quality work beyond expected standards over an extended period, and or who have achieved a substantial contribution within the criminal justice field. I know that's somewhat of a short description of this award, but I assure you that to be nominated just for this award is an extremely honorable thing to do. So please join me in recognizing our non-sworn Employee of the Year Award nominees, as you see on the screen. Congratulations to them. And our non-sworn Employee of the Year Award goes to Carolyn Johnson. Congratulations, Carolyn.
Carolyn started her career in April of 2013 as a felony probation officer in DeKalb County. As an officer, Carolyn gladly volunteered her time to facilitate the motivation to change and moral recognition therapy courses in addition to her case management work in the DeKalb office. In 2019, Carolyn was promoted to the community coordinator in District 6. As the community coordinator, Carolyn has brought together community resource providers and employers from all over the district to partner in our mission. Carolyn has also initiated a series of healthcare fairs. In these fairs, community providers were able to conduct health education seminars and sign up individuals under supervision for healthcare coverage. In July of 2020, Carolyn launched a new initiative called the Transition Accountability Program. This program was the first full-service program guaranteeing employment in Clayton County. As a result of these job fairs and this programming, over 200 individuals have been able to secure employment. Carolyn is currently a site supervisor for the Emory University Contextual Education Master's Program, whereby she creates programming and introduces graduate students to the strategic initiatives of operations of our department. Carolyn has been a community supervision officer, a behavioral health counselor, and a community coordinator for DCS, and at each position, she has demonstrated a passionate commitment to the success of each and every individual we serve. Congratulations, Carolyn Johnson, 2021 Non-Sworn Employee of the Year Award.
And again, let me say congratulations again, Carolyn. Excellent job on being recognized as the Non-Sworn Employee of the Year. Please join me in recognizing those that have been nominated for Sworn Employee of the Year. As you can see, there's quite a long list of people there. It's hard to make a decision on just one, but I am proud to announce that the Sworn Employee of the Year Award recipient goes to Brandy Hart. Congratulations, Brandy.
Brandy's role within the Department of Community Supervision is one of the utmost importance. She closely monitors the hiring of DCS officers and assigns them a field training officer in a timely manner. She closely works with and effectively communicates with FTOs, chiefs, district directors, and the Enhanced Supervision Unit to ensure the trainees are proficient at their job tasks and are completing the program on time. Brandy consistently sets the bar high for herself, the field training officers, and the trainees. A survey was sent out to field training officers and trainees earlier this year. Based on the feedback from that survey, Brandy was able to make critical changes to enhance and sustain the program. Brandy is currently delivering an FTO class for all managers in the state to get a better understanding of the goals of the program, along with their role and their best fit within the program. The skill, pride, and care she has for the FTO program has resulted in a better trained department, enhancing the overall experience for the citizens of Georgia. She embraces all of DCS's values while meeting the needs and providing support to all divisions of the department. Congratulations again to Brandy Hart, Sworn Employee of the Year for 2021. At this time, I'll resign it back to Scott, and I just want to say it's been a pleasure to serve as your MC and help navigate this most noble occasion. Again, we want to thank Sherry Chambers for her hard work, as well as a big poor frog if I didn't praise my own pond, and thank the hard work of External Affairs and the work that they've done to support this event as well. So thank you all for attending the ceremony, and I will turn it over now to Assistant Commissioner Scott Maurer for our closing and final remarks.
Thanks, Brian. And let me thank you for being MC and all the work that you've put into this presentation. You know, we really, as an agency, we're hoping to be able to do this in person, and God willing, next year for our award ceremony, we'll be able to do it in person. But as Brian said, and I believe Commissioner Nail did at the beginning, even though we're doing this virtually, it doesn't mean that there hasn't been a tremendous amount of work that's had to go into the behind the scenes to make it happen. And so I also want to recognize Sherry Chambers, as well as Chantel Rourke and Tara Denham and the entire External Affairs team and everybody else that had some part in making this award ceremony happen. It's something that obviously, even though we can't do it in person, we wanted to make sure that we recognize the hard work and dedication of all the employees of DCS and highlight some of the people that have done exceptional work over the past year. So I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to recognize all those outstanding employees, as well as our partners across the state, from those that received recognition for special groups to the Faithful Service Awards, the Employee of the Year Awards. It is truly an honor to be able to recognize the contributions of this great agency. I also want to acknowledge that all of those that were nominated this year and did not receive awards, we had a record number of nominees, as Brian said at the beginning of our presentation. And that truly just speaks to the dedication of our employees, as well as the dedication of the people that want to recognize the contributions that we're making. So I want to take this opportunity to thank both those and congratulate those that were nominated, but also to thank all of the managers and employees that took the time out of their day to make a recognition and nominate somebody for one of these awards, because that too shows that you go above and beyond to make sure that you're recognizing the contribution of your employees. So thank you for those that submitted nominations. And I certainly encourage next year for the awards recognition ceremony that we have at least the same number of nominees, if not more. It's always good to take an opportunity to recognize the extremely hard work that your staff or your coworkers are doing. This is a very, thinking about, these brief closing remarks that I was going to prepare today, I started thinking about our mission statement, and there's a very small part of our mission statement that I think today certainly is a recognition of our dedication to that small part, and it is to serve the citizens of Georgia. That is not something that we take lightly, and every one of the nominations, as well as the award recipients today, are an example of just a heartfelt effort and excellence at serving the citizens of Georgia. And so I just want to take the opportunity to thank everybody again for your dedication to providing that service to the citizens of Georgia. Your contributions to your office, to your circuit, and to this agency is what continues to make DCS the best supervision agency in the nation. I want to thank you all again for being on the call today, participating in today's award ceremony. It's very, we couldn't do it in person, but at least we can do it virtually. And I know it's hard to tell from our perspective how many people are on the live stream, but I'm assuming there's quite a few people. So thank you all for joining us today. And again, congratulations to all the nominees. Congratulations to all the award recipients. And for anybody that is a state employee of DCS that joined this call today, was a nominee or an award recipient, I want to say thank you. And to show my thanks, everybody on the call that's a DCS employee, I want you to take Monday off. Again, thank you for your dedication and service to this agency. And I look forward to hopefully next year being able to do this in person. And please keep up the hard work and the dedication and service to making DCS the greatest community supervision agency in the nation. Thanks again.